Hey there, American Healthy Habits family. Front yards are the first thing people see when they pull up to your home, and most of them are maintenance nightmares. Constant watering, mowing, dead zones in winter, and then bam, you're outside every weekend doing damage control. But here's the thing, beautiful, lush, visually interesting front yards don't have to be that way. In the next several minutes, you'll learn the 3-layer planting strategy that replaces tired lawns with stunning curb appeal that practically maintains itself. Your front yard is real estate. It's the frame around your home, and right now, most homeowners are filling that frame with high-maintenance mistakes. Too much lawn, wrong plant choices, and no planning for winter. Most front yards are planted for spring and summer beauty only. That means by August, they're fading. By November, they're dormant, and it feels like there's nothing left to look at. But here's what changes when you layer plants with intention. Mixing ground cover, flowering perennials, and structural evergreens creates a front yard that rotates color and interest across every season. Your yard becomes a living investment that actually gets better every year and demands less from you, not more. Let's start with the foundation, the ground layer. Traditional lawns are resource hogs. Maintaining a front lawn means weekly mowing, constant watering, fertilizer applications, and dealing with bare patches every single season. In many climates, it's become unsustainable. In drought regions, it's almost indefensible. But homeowners don't want a dead front yard. They want green, movement, and life. So instead of replacing lawn with bare ground, replace it with plants that do the lawn's job better. Ornamental grasses are the MVP here. Varieties like fountain grass, feather reed grass, or blue fescue provide soft texture, natural movement in the breeze, and they handle drought, heat, and neglect that would kill a traditional lawn. Plant them in drifts, odd numbers, never even, and they create visual flow instead of a static expanse. Pair grasses with low-growing ground covers, creeping phlox, sedum, or creeping thyme depending on your region and sun exposure. These fill the gaps, suppress weeds naturally, and add color without constant replanting. The result? A front yard that looks lush and intentional from spring through fall requires water only during establishment and practically maintains itself after year 2. No mower, no herbicide, no weekly upkeep. Layer 2 is where the real beauty happens, flowering perennials and evergreen shrubs. This is your color engine. While the grasses provide texture and movement, perennials deliver the visual punch that makes people stop and look. But here's the key, choose perennials that bloom in succession. You're not planting for one moment of peak color, you're building a rotating show across the growing season. In cooler regions, think coneflowers, black-eyed Susans, salvia, and Russian sage. In warmer zones, add lantana, zinnias, and butterfly bush. In moderate climates, layer them early bloomers like bleeding heart or primrose, then mid-season coneflowers and phlox, then late-season asters and sedum. Space them so mature size is clear, don't crowd them. A perennial garden that looks sparse in year 1 looks professional by year 3. Crowding leads to disease, competition, and maintenance headaches. Now, the secret weapon, evergreen shrubs. These are the backbone of year-round curb appeal. Boxwood, holly, dwarf Alberta spruce, Japanese pyrus, these plants maintain shape and color even when deciduous plants have dropped their leaves. They're structural. They're the difference between a front yard that looks alive in December and one that looks abandoned. Plant evergreen shrubs as anchors, one at the entry, one to frame the mailbox, one to balance sight lines. They don't need pruning into shapes. Let them grow naturally. That's more in line with 2026 landscape trends. Authentic, relaxed, connected to nature. For a mixed climate approach, add some deciduous flowering shrubs like viburnum or forsythia for spring interest. They bloom, then their foliage provides summer depth, and their structure holds the winter landscape together. Maintenance here is minimal. Deadhead perennials to extend bloom time, cut back dead growth in early spring, and that's it. No fertilizer needed if soil is decent, no constant watering after year 1. Here's where most front yards completely fail. Winter. When November hits and perennials fade, homeowners are left looking at brown, dead-looking gardens. So they panic and rip it all out, plant annuals, or just give up. But plants have a whole second life after they stop blooming, and that life is beautiful if you know what you're looking at. Ornamental grasses turn golden, bronze, or rust-colored in fall and hold that color through winter. They provide structure, movement, and visual interest when everything else is dormant. Don't cut them back until early spring. That winter form is the whole point. Evergreen plants maintain color, but add depth by selecting varieties with interesting foliage, variegated hollies, golden junipers, or burgundy-toned nandina. These provide year-round color rotation without flowers. Some perennials have amazing seed heads. Coneflowers, rudbeckia, and ornamental grasses create sculptural interest that photographs beautifully when frosted. These dried botanicals are trending hard right now. Homeowners are starting to see them as intentional design, not neglect. Tree selection matters too. A single ornamental tree like a redbud, serviceberry, or paperbark maple becomes a focal point year-round. Spring bloom, summer shade, fall color, winter bark texture. That one tree earns its space in your front yard. The philosophy shift. Stop thinking of winter as the dead season. Start thinking of it as the structure season. Plants with interesting form, bark, seed heads, and evergreen foliage become the design. It's beautiful, it's low maintenance, and it's exactly what landscape designers are prioritizing in 2026. Here's the truth that most gardening content won't tell you. The first 2 years require more work than a traditional lawn. Newly planted perennials and shrubs need consistent watering during establishment. We're talking 1 to 2 inches per week depending on your climate. They need weeding. They need mulch management. Year 1 and 2 are not lazy. But here's the payoff. By year 3, root systems are established. By year 4, the garden is thriving on rainfall and minimal intervention. By year 5, you've essentially created a self-sustaining ecosystem. The front yard maintains itself. Compare that to a lawn, which needs constant maintenance forever. This front yard requires work up front, then becomes a decades-long investment that gets better, not worse, as time passes. That's the promise of low-maintenance landscaping. Not no maintenance, but maintenance that decreases over time instead of increasing. Transforming a front yard into a low-maintenance curb appeal showpiece isn't complicated, it's just layered. Ground layer for texture and movement, mid-story for color and bloom succession, and structural backbone for year-round interest. The plants are out there. The strategy is simple. The results speak for themselves. Here's the question for you. What's holding your front yard back right now? Is it full sun that burns everything out? Deep shade that kills most plants? Deer? Or just sheer neglect? Drop your biggest front yard challenge in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more low-maintenance landscape ideas.